We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's time to get into formation. We gotta get ready for the battle. So call on your brothers and sisters. We gotta turn back to the scriptures. Stop making it all about you. Them preachers, they got it confused. Come out of her. Cause Yahuwah is our deliverer. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed, cause nobody's perfect. We're called by his name. We're called by his name. Seek him to be worthy. We should be coming together. There's power in unity. It's time to come into the order, cause we are a living prophecy. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. Lace up them boots. We gotta move step mode, put on camouflage. We gotta be wise. Open your eyes to the most high in the skies. We must stop arguing, it's irrelevant. We must live in the Torah, it's heaven sent. He will put it in your heart, fulfilling the word of the new covenant. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed, cause nobody's perfect. We're called by his name. We're called by his name. Seek him to be worthy. We should be coming together. There's power in unity. It's time to come into the order, cause we are a living prophecy. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat.
Shalom, shalom, y'all. Shalom. It's your boy Michael Israel. And shalom to you. Glad y'all are tuning in. This is the February 1st, 2019 Spiritual Combat News. And of course, tonight we have a bunch of guests, a whole lot of information to bring out. I see y'all are still coming in there steadily, so I'm giving y'all time to get in there. I know y'all used to me going live on my Michael Israel page, but I went on the Spiritual Combat Facebook page today. And if y'all can, go ahead and share the video, get the word out. But with that said, we have a bunch of guests. Of course, the first guest that we're going to interview tonight is Catriel. And if you're not familiar with who he is, he was on Fox News. He did an amazing job dealing with those snakes over there on Fox News. They came at him, they tried to trip him up, but he just stayed calm, kept his composure, and just represented the nation very well. So with that said, this is Brother Catriel. Shalom, brother.
Mikael, shalom, shalom, family, Israel.
And I just want to take time to just congratulate you and just let you know, good job on the way you did on that interview on Fox News. And we talked earlier. I want you to tell all the people watching, because that was the first question I asked them is, would they tell you when they brought you on there? And I think this is important information to know, because these folks, man, Fox News, they slick, man. They foxes. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, so go ahead and tell the story of how they got you on and what they told you.
Well, first of all, I want to give thanks, honor, and praise to the Most High Yah, who really has snatched me from birth. I'm 62 years old, and my father taught me who we were as Israelites from birth. And they sent me an email, to present an alternate side of what the mindset of Israelites are. But that's not what it was on the broadcast. It was an ambush. I was prepared for the ambush. I started not to go. I talked to my brother, Ambassador Abraham of the United Nations of Israel, and I spoke to him, and he said, you should go. And the Most High said, he's right, go. So the Most High told me to go, and I went, and that's how I live my life, by what Yah tells me to do. And the blessing with Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yisrael, the nations that bless you is going to be blessed. The nations that curse you are going to be cursed. So they had the opportunity to bless Israel, but they chose to curse us. So pretty much I was ambushed because I talked to Jesse Waters' secretary, and my conversation with her wasn't even in regards to what had happened in Washington. I had no prior knowledge of what had happened or transpired. I had seen no videos. So everything you saw on that broadcast, I was seeing for the first time.
Wow. And you wouldn't have known it because you just stayed real calm and composed. And yeah, that was one of them. I was like, man, I wonder how they did this. But I thought at least they kind of told. I thought the way the news worked, they would go through all the questions with you ahead of time. But then knowing Fox, they like to sabotage people.
But to me, it's all symbolic, because we're in that 400 year of this captivity. And if we know anything about foxes, it was Shimshon that gathered 300 foxes and set their tails on fire and ignited the field crop of the Philistines.
Right.
So all symbolic, because I didn't want to go. I had a purple sweater on, and if you see the background, it's blue and red. And the colors of Yah is blue, purple, and red.
Right.
And he showed that because I'm a servant of Yah from my birth. My father taught a lot of Israelites in the New York area that we're not Black Jews, because he learned under Rabbi Matthews and Rabbi Yirmiyahu. And my father was in the quest of finding out who he was as a people, not a religion, but a nationality. So a lot of Israelites in the New York area, they don't really recognize my father as the one who was the pioneer, who brought us out of religion and into the understanding that we're not identified as a nation, as a religion, but ethnic and a national people, based on what Tanakh is saying in history.
Now how did they, had you had any ties with anybody at Fox News, or they just knew to contact you because of the history with your father and everything like that?
I'm gonna tell you this. There's a brother named Aquemiel Ben Ephraim in our community, and he told me that I should go online on the internet so that the people could hear what I knew based on the teaching that my father taught me. And I was kind of reluctant, like, nah, I don't want to go on the internet. And based on me listening to his counsel and his advice, because this message has to be brought out to the nations, I put my name on the internet. And Fox News wasn't the first, because I had various other news people come to our camp in the Bronx, New York, which is called Kol She'erit, B'nai Yisrael. They came to my camp. I never wanted to be a teacher, but when my father passed, he passed it on to his sons. And I felt it was my obligation, based on what he had taught me, to stand in that position. What people don't know is that I'm a carpenter who worked 34 years in New York City, and I probably did work in that building as a shop steward carpenter in that building. So I wasn't intimidated, because I know how they roll.
Yeah.
And all my years in construction, if you go into their restrooms and all that, they got nigga this and nigga that shit all over the wall. They won't say that shit to your face, but they want to talk about the brothers that's bringing Yah's message as street preachers, you know, to waken our people. And they've been more effective than most of our, you know, congregations, synagogues, temples, in awakening our people. So they tried to get me to condemn them on a snap judgment, because I had not seen any of the film that they had like thrown in my face. Well, you and your group, and you like in your group. Yeah. Israel is so diverse. You got the Falasha of Ethiopia, you got the Rastafarian movement, you got the Limba, you got the Igbo, and I thought they were gonna allow me to express that aspect of the Israelite movement worldwide, because it's not just about those brothers on 125th Street.
Right. Right. Now, after, so when the interview concluded, what did that guy say to you after that?
Absolutely nothing. And I'm gonna tell you this: the makeup artist, a sister named Brenda, they didn't want my face to shine, so they wanted to put powder on my face. I had a better conversation with her and enlightening her about who she was, as opposed to the conversation I had with the Lebanese, the Fedic dude.
So
she was telling me that I need to be a teacher in Washington, D.C. in their museum. Well, if you could find that makeup artist who I had a conversation with, she will let you know that we had a way more informative conversation than how they was trying to pigeonhole me into being a racist, nationalist, militant group that hates all white people. No, you are gonna pay for what your fathers have done, because you continue the process.
Right. Unrepentant. Yeah.
Lies and deceit and oppression. But if you look at the video and look at the comments, bless those that bless you and curse those that curse you. So y'all wanted to bring that out.
So
we think that we live in America and it's a good dream. If you look at the comments, 8 minutes, I was on that program, over 400,000 hits on YouTube. That's ridiculous.
And y'all need to go on YouTube and check that, see what he's saying. Look in the comments. The brother went on there. He wasn't yelling. I mean, he was calmer than I am, like, ever. You know,
they
and
wanted to stir my emotions, to bring out that emotional side.
Exactly.
I'm so glad that the Most High gave me my father, because most of our households are raised by women and we flow on our emotion. But the fact that my father was there, the Most High didn't allow them to get to my emotions.
And so he gave calm, just patient, non-hateful or anything answers. If you go look in those comments, you're going to see. It don't matter how you tell these people this truth, whether you're yelling about it or whether you're just nice, calm, and reasonable. Go look at the comments on the video on YouTube.
And in spiritual warfare, Mikhail, they had the opportunity to bless us, to hear our side of the story. The Native Americans that was on that Washington platform had every right to be there. Make America great again. What does that actually mean? What does it mean? What does it really mean?
You know what it means.
And they know what it means.
And they know what it means.
And you talking about the speech that they said. They call you crackers. That's not talking about your physical your physical appearance. It's talking about a white man putting a whip on a black man's back. Fact. Pedophiles. Let's talk about pedophiles, because the priests that's leading these Catholic school children are getting away with raping these young boys. And what happens subsequently? These young white boys that go to these Catholic schools that are being raped by the popes, cardinals, bishops, and all them on down become the terrors of society, where they the pedophiles and these guys that's going around doing evil, right?
And the thing is,
that's a reality.
Right.
You are training your young children to go to war with these black Negroes, right? Radicalists, delusionists, send them back to Israel, but it's your children that you arming to go to war with us that's turning the guns on themselves. And that's what Yah said they would do, brother against brother. It's a spiritual war.
Yeah. And
I went there spiritually as a litmus test. I'm an elder. I'm 62. I did construction. I don't need free giveaways. I was a shop steward in the UBC, United Brotherhood of Carpenters, 608, 157, 257. I probably was in that building to build that studio. Straight up. Practically every tower in New York City I have been in. And you want to say I'm a crackhead, crack baby, and all this kind of stuff. Your hate, your cursing towards us is going to bring cursing upon you.
And the thing is, they call hate, what they call hate is truth. So it's like truth is a new form of hate, according to them. If you're telling the truth, that's, you're being racist, you're being hateful. Just
but check this out. You trying to compare the Israelites, young brothers that just learned that y'all been telling them lies all these years, and you have every right to be angry. And they didn't really, I grew up in the 50s and 60s. Integration, they were calling our young sisters and brothers that was my age, niggas, every day and spitting on them. They had to have a national guard to bring these children into schools. And I felt their pain. So the language that these brothers are speaking to these people, it's abrasive. The Most High told us to humble ourselves. We don't have to go to war. Yah said, vengeance is mine. Our obligations is to focus on ourselves and obeying the commands for these times that we're in to be part of the remnant that Yah's gonna save.
So, so you talked about the makeup lady. Outside the makeup lady, was anybody else friendly and open to you at the Fox News Network?
Yes, the woman that contacted me to come down there. So I didn't realize the magnitude of what it would be. Just come down. We're going to talk about the Israelite doctrine. You can be, somebody that explains it to us in a studio, and it would be aired the next day.
Wow.
We need to have an alternate perspective of how y'all see us. And you saw what he did. This is how the nation of Israel is seen. No, I'm trying to show you. You brought me down here to show the other perspective, the Rastafarian movement, the Falasha, the Igbo, Black Jews, Rabbi Matthew, Rabbi Yirmiyahu, my father, Kohen Levi, Kohen Netanya, Kohen Mikael. This dysphoria is worldwide. It ain't just about the brothers that's on 125th Street. And you could pigeonhole us into that dynamic, but it's for a purpose. And you chose the wrong nation of people to do with it. You chose the wrong nation to do it with. Because in that day, Mikael is going to rise up for his people. We in that 400th year that the Most High prophesied to our father Abraham. And what we don't know as a people is that our history is already preordained, predestination. It's not our fault that we're here. Why are we paying for the sins of our fathers?
Right.
but for the Most High's plan.
And the main reason, the reason I knew it was important to get this brother on here is because I know Fox News, and I want this to be a lesson to all y'all Hebrews who are out there, man. When the news contacts you, and I'll do a show on this later on. All right, somebody. Okay, somebody got an echo. All right, but I'm gonna do a show on this later on. But the news, I mean, y'all know this already. But I've had eyewitness evidence. But the news works closely with the government, like you wouldn't believe. And that news is a weapon. And I just want to make sure I debriefed this brother on the inner workings of how they do. And you heard what he said. You heard how they got him to let his guard down and relax and, it's just going to be cool. We just want to get some understanding. And then what they tried to do is get him on there and put a bad look on our nation. But they got the exact opposite. They got a brother come on there with a calm demeanor, staying calm, giving intelligent answers, and it backfired on him. And that's why that dude, when he got done interviewing you, he looked like a sick duck. He tried to come at you with that Bill O'Reilly spirit and got defeated.
Waters world. What makes this your world? Jesse Waters.
Yeah.
This is Yah's world. And right. He asked me a critical question. Why would you ask me? Why would you ask me? Do the sons have to pay for the sins of the fathers? Because you know what's coming down the pipe, son.
And that's the Most High warning these people, man. He giving them warnings.
Oh, yeah. So check this out. If he had let me elaborate, I would have told him this. Y'all destroying the air. Fukushima is destroying the water. The forests are being torn up.
The animals
are being extinct. Who's going to pay the price for that? You or your children or your grandchildren or your grandchildren's grandchildren? Because by the time they're born, they won't know what a tiger is. How about that?
Wow. Facts.
And are we paying for the sins of our fathers?
Yeah.
So trust me.
And even in their legal system, you caught with stolen property.
So my brother, I'm an elder for the Council of the United Nations of Israel. We put aside all doctrines because we're Israel by seed, by blood, by heritage. We're looking for leaders in all the districts where we're scattered worldwide. We have 13 districts worldwide, regional leaders. I'm the regional leader for District 1 to gather our leaders, to bring our people together in order to network together that we could be self-sufficient and prepared for the judgment that's coming to these nations. Divide and conquer, Willie Lynch being slaves for the next 300, 400, 500 years. We have to be the ones who have to humble to Yah, acknowledge the sins of our fathers, acknowledge our own sins and transgressions, and love our people. If we say we love Yah, you have to know that Yah's plan calls for him to put Yisrael as the head of all nations. Why? Because the Most High created the nation of Israel out of Sarah, who was 90 years old. That's the real Immaculate Conception. Abraham and Sarah could not have child. The Most High wanted to do something different in the earth because he knew mankind chooses evil over good. Our father Abraham got the everlasting covenant because he was obedient to the commands of the Most High. We too have to be obedient to the commands of Yah. We debate each other on the law, but the prophets that speak the word of Yah are the authorities of Yah's plan. And they've given us instructions on what we need to do in these times that we're in our scattered places. Return to Yah, seek Yah, Love Yah with all your heart, soul, and might. Stand for justice. Help the poor, the needy, the fatherless, and the widow. Humble yourself. That's what we have to do.
Right. Brother Ak Catriel, I appreciate you coming on Spiritual Combat News. We definitely chop it up again, and I don't know if Fox is gonna call you back because they want somebody that fits their whatever their agenda. You know what I'm saying? But they definitely got an earful there today. All right.
The Fox is symbolic because Shimshon, right? He caught 300 foxes, set their tails on fire, right? And sent it into the field of the Philistines, who were giants. So Yah tells us not to fear because there's nations that's greater and mightier than ourselves.
Right.
So we have to be humble because there are nations that's greater and mightier than ourselves. They got nuclear power to destroy the planet 300 times. Who are we with our power? Our power is Yah. He can stop them.
Right.
So we have to line ourselves up with our covenant and with the Most High.
All right.
Okay.
I appreciate you coming on, Catriel.
Toda Rabah, Mikael, for giving me this platform to express myself a little bit better.
All right. All right, y'all. So next, I got my Ron Dalton. I'm going to get him on here. Just give me a sec to do my technical wizardry here. Let's see. All right. And Ron has, it's been a while because Ron's been real busy and he was sick this week. Like earlier this week, he sounded like a grimy crime boss. That's how bad his voice sounds because it's cold up there, and but he's feeling a little better now. Shalom, Akron.
Shalom.
Yeah, man. So you got a lot of info. You sent me a bunch of some flyers and stuff like that. The first thing you have coming up, it's right around the corner, is Ron is going to be speaking at the Ecumenical Theological Seminary. He's going to go ahead and tell us a little about that. And while you're talking, I'll put the flyer up there.
Yeah, so the Ecumenical Theological Seminary of Detroit, they asked me to speak and do a workshop on the basically proving the true biblical identity of the so-called Negro using all different types of proof, DNA, linguistics, craniometry, the study of the jaw, the Bible, oral history, ancient manuscripts, maps, the whole nine. They I guess they're ready to get some truth, and they're going to get it for 2 days.
All right. And there you see the information there. And it's basically, it's an accredited course, or?
Yeah, they got, the seminary has students that go there to get, you have to go, you got to go to school to get your PhD of doctorate of divinity or theology. And so typically you can't teach at a seminary unless you got a PhD. So I'm one of the co-facilitators, Dr. Pastor Ken Howard. He's also going to be there to help facilitate this, but most of the information is going to be coming from me, and they're not ready for the amount of information they're about to see because they're not taught any of this stuff in the seminary school. So the Bible is going to come to life when I speak. I hope my voice is all the way back by that time. But yeah, they're gonna be in for a rude awakening.
Yeah, I have Sister Koya. She could. I'll get some stuff from. She'll give you. I'll get some information for her because there's stuff you could take to make your vocal cords heal up real fast. And yeah, if you need a degree like that to teach there, then they wouldn't even look in my direction because I barely graduated high school. All right, so the next one we have is the Hebrews to Negroes Wake Up Black America movie screening and conference in Minneapolis.
No, that's the Grambling is next. Grambling is the week after that.
Okay. Well, all right. So we got the Grambling one then. Grambling State University is February 15th.
And the 16th. And the 16th.
And the 16th. It's a movie screening and a seminar. So go ahead and
So Grambling State University, for anybody that doesn't know, is a historical black college university in Louisiana, Grambling, Louisiana. And they reached out to me and Hebrew Nation Building, Rebirth of a Nation, Josh Collins and Morris Williams Jr. to come out. And they're going to, on Friday, we're going to show the movie in the auditorium, hopefully in front of a packed crowd of students and people from Louisiana around, and the surrounding states. And then on Saturday, we're going to have a workshop. We're speaking. Me and Josh and Morris going to be speaking to the crowd about the psychosocial impact, or you might call it psychological impact on people with a lost identity. So what is the impact that African Americans have on not knowing their identity as who they are? And we're going to be talking about that and bringing out some key points and also at the same time proving our identity, which has been hidden and stolen and from us for the last 400 years. So that's going to be major. The Most High is got his hand in a lot of this, a lot of the things that's going on now and in the future. So hopefully after this event at Grambling, then they'll shoot out some good remarks to the other black colleges, and they'll want to get on board too.
Okay. All right. And the next event is going to be the Minneapolis. Am I right?
Minnesota, yeah. Minneapolis, Minnesota. The Twin Cities.
Okay.
That's where the Mall of America is at. So Pastor Melvin Rhines, he's overseeing it, and we're going to be there the 23rd and the 24th.
I think, somebody doesn't have their phone muted. Hold on. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, we're going to be there the 23rd and 24th in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So if anybody lives in the Midwest area, Wisconsin, and I think Iowa and Indiana, St. Louis, over in that area, come on out. You can get your tickets on HebrewsToNegrosMovie.com. Also, you can go to thenegronetwork.com to get your tickets. And I forgot to tell people that to get the tickets, well, not tickets, but the Grambling event is free. So anybody that's trying to go, all they gotta do is go to Eventbrite. And Mike, I think I sent you the screenshots of what it looks like.
Yeah, that's Eventbrite right there.
Yeah, you gotta put in that whole word, like Grambling State University's Black History. I think it's Black History Month with Hebrews to Negroes. I think something like that.
Yeah, it says Grambling State University's Black History Program with Hebrews to Negroes.
Yeah, so if you type that in for the event, and then for the state, type in Louisiana, then if you click on it, it should pop up, and then you can RSVP your seat for that event in Grambling, Louisiana. It's a 2-day thing. And then we're going to do the same thing for Minnesota, but right now you can get the tickets for the movie, which is on a Saturday, and then the workshop, all-day workshop on Sunday. You can get the tickets at HebrewsToNegrosMovie.com and thenegronetwork.com.
Okay. All right. And then I have, I guess as a reminder, I have your Vimeo flyer here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So before we talk about that, also we want to let people know that we have the Hebrew Academy of Detroit. And Mike, I sent you some pictures. We got 4 or 5 different courses right now that's being offered in this winter semester. And I have my own course. Pastor Laws has a biblical feast course. Candy Askew has the Paleo Hebrew course, and then I think there's another one. I'm drawing a memory blank, but Only Love is going to be starting her course too, about the Hebrew tribes in Africa, and I sent you the pictures if you wanted to throw those up on the screen, Mike.
Okay, so all right, so I think that's a Hebrews and Negroes course. Biblical Feast. The Awakening begins now, so Biblical Feast. And this is Sister Only Love, so let me make this smaller though. There we go. Uncovering Hebrew Tribes of Africa. Okay. And yeah.
Yeah, so we started last week. Oh, let me tell you this. This is how you know that the enemy doesn't want our brothers and sisters to get educated. We started the Hebrew Academy last week, and we started a YouTube page, Hebrew Academy of Detroit YouTube page, and a Hebrew Academy of Detroit Gmail. And within the first week, YouTube and Google shut it down. They shut it down. Yeah, they shut down the Hebrew Academy of Detroit YouTube page. They shut down the Hebrew Academy of Detroit Gmail page.
Why?
I don't know. It's crazy. You know, it's crazy how they're watching everything. You know, of course, Google, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp is all being monitored and surveilled by you know who. So, you know, they're watching everything we do. So when they saw this, they were like, oh no, they can't have no Hebrew Academy, because the potential for the Hebrew Academy of Detroit to wake up millions of people is there because it's online. I mean, it's online, so you don't have to come to a physical brick and mortar school. You can simply, if you know about it, you can register if you want to register for classes and start learning from Hebrews and Negroes or Only Love or Pastor Michael Laws or Candy Askew, and start to get real learning about who we are, Paleo Hebrew, the feast, the biblical tribes of Africa on a massive level. So, you know, they have Hebrew academies. The Jews have Hebrew academies and stuff all over the place, online classes. But this is really bringing out the truth that they don't want us to see this stuff. And this has the potential, will be a big thing once we start getting rolling and we start marketing and advertising and getting the word out. People start registering for classes from different countries. All you need is Wi-Fi or the internet service to access the classes.
Right.
Yep. So you know, this awakening, you know, they're trying to keep it hush, keep it down. They're trying to use the TV to shed negative light into the Hebrew Israelite awakening, so that, you know, some people only want to use the word Hebrew Israelite because they're scared.
And one of the things, because from time to time I look over their policy, their YouTube's policy and all that stuff, and what they said is they're getting ready to crack down on conspiracy theory based videos and channels, and or people who are speaking hate speech against other races and all this. So it's only a matter of time. And what I've been telling people, what you need to do is, if you teach and you predominantly teach on Facebook or YouTube, you need to create a website and put your videos on that website and begin to point people to that website and get the people familiar with your website. Because, like, for instance, Brother Yerushalayim, when he dropped that video that we've all seen, documenting who we are and all that stuff like that, and it blew up so fast and it got people's attention. And we know who controls YouTube and Facebook. They simultaneously blocked him from YouTube and Facebook, and he didn't have anything set up. He said they wiped out his email and everything all in one fell swoop, and he went from being present to gone online. So you definitely got to set up your own website. Be very picky of who you choose to host that website. And I mean, because it's coming. We're right around the corner from them really cracking down. I've already heard of a bunch of people getting their whole channel deleted and all types of stuff. So just putting that out there, word of warning to y'all who teach.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the whole thing, that when they look at this awakening and then uh they see the movie Hebrew Sneakers come out, so of course, Rabbi Rosenberg knows about the movie coming out. Of course, Vocab Malone knows about the movie coming out, and they are just banking that the Israelites, all these Israelites, they don't support one another. They're not unified. That movie is just going to be a movie that's going to come out for a little bit. It's going to be hot for a little bit. Then it's going to just die out. The Israelites not going to support this. They're not going to push this movie on all levels and all channels and all social media platforms to get it into the millions of viewers like it should do, like it should be, like Black Panther did. So they're banking on us being not unified because of either we support the 12 tribes and include the Latinos or the Indians, or we don't include them, and we don't want to be camp affiliated, or we're Messianic versus non-Messianic. There's all types of ways that they are, just thankful and happy, and they're clapping their hands, that they're like, oh, these guys, they say they're united, but in spirit they're not united. They're divided. And a house divided against itself can't stand. So that's why I understand the need of the movie Hebrews and Negroes. And I was out today, printing out flyers, but putting flyers in different restaurants. I go to Panera Bread. I start, putting tagging the flyers on the bulletin board. I might go there the next day. It might be down. I don't know if somebody took it down or somebody actually got it and took it home. But these are little things we got to do. Call the radio station, try to get billboard, try to get radio ads, try to get TV commercial ads, even if it's just 30 seconds. These are the things that sometimes you have to do personally, because you can't always rely on everybody to help spread this message. But the Most High is going to make a way out of no way. And so, I just keep telling Israelites that see the movie, each one spread the word to others, like 10 other people. Tell everybody, if you can, they need to watch the movie, because it's a game-changing movie. And when people really see it and it starts to hit the millions of followers, it's going to be something that the people are going to be looking like, their eyes going to be open. It's starting to reach a lot of people. Just like Brother Yerushalayim's video. I mean, his video reached, like 1 million plus views. They don't want the Hebrews and Negroes movie, the 3-hour documentary movie, to hit 1 million views. They'll lose their mind.
Right.
So, what we working on, it's been out for like a month. So, we just pray that it keeps spreading to different people in different states and countries.
All right. Ron, did you have anything else?
No. Next week the movie should be on Amazon. So, I've been working hard trying to get it on Amazon. Mike, you know how it is, trying to get the movie, get things on different platforms.
Right.
So, hopefully next week I'm gonna go on Amazon and see it up there. So people that go to Amazon, because Amazon really controls everything. They putting everybody out of business. So, people are looking at Amazon, they're looking at Vudu, they're looking at Netflix, Hulu. So you got to go to where everybody's looking at,
right.
Because that's how you reach a lot of people.
All right, Ron. Well, I appreciate you coming on. Definitely hit me up anytime you got some new information you need to bring out. I'll definitely get you on here so you can bring the info out.
All
right. And next, bringing on my man Ty Serve. I'm going to do my wizardry over here and bring him on. Give me 1 second. Get him all set up. All right, shalom, Ty Serve.
Shalom, Aki. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Like a Hebrew should. Like Mr. Hebrew 1 be saying.
Right. That's the saying right there.
The time is steadily creeping closer for the Midwest brew-out, man. Let us know, man. Bring it out to all those people who don't know what the Midwest brew-out is. Go ahead and bring them up to speed.
All right. Well, just an update to get everybody excited about this 3-day nation-building event that we know that the Most High has brought forth at a time such as this, because we know that we get into the conclusion of this curse that was placed on our forefathers that we had to bear the burden of. But the Most High allowed us to be alive at this point in time to bring the nation into remembrance of itself. So this is one of the events that the Holy Spirit has inspired between me and the Ock down in Atlanta, beloved that we, Mind Culture Forever, IREP and will come together, and we're gonna do a 3-day nation building event in Cincinnati, Ohio, called the Midwest Brew-out, February the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. And on the 24th, that Friday, let me go back to the Friday, it's the 22nd. That Friday the 22nd, we're going to do a networking meet and greet wine tasting event from 7 to 10. And that's going to be at the Palace. It's like a Christian night venue that we're going to have for that whole night. And so we're going to have wine tasting. We have 3 Hebrew Israelite wine companies that make their own wine from scratch. They're going to be there. They're going to be sharing their product at the same time. We're going to be networking, just sharing ideas. We know there's a lot of kingdom commerce that's going on. There's a lot of entrepreneurs amongst Yasharal right now. And I think it's important for us to come together because we need to establish our own resources, our own flow of, exchange. And so I think this is going to be key in building that. And so that's going to be on that Friday, the 22nd. And then after 10 o'clock, we are going to revamp the whole venue, and we're going to do an open mic from 10 to whenever the Spirit closes it. We're going to have artists come up, those who sing, those who dance, those who do poetry, those who rap, however the Most High gives you a way to express His Spirit, to encourage the people of the Most High. We're going to allow that to happen. That's going to be Friday, February 22nd in Cincinnati, Ohio at the Palace Cafe. Then Saturday, or the 7th day of the week, the Shabbat, we are going to, at 10 a.m., we're going to do an outreach event with some youth in one of the neighborhoods in Cincinnati. Then we're going to come back to the hotel, the Quality Hotel in Blue Ash, and we're going to have a Shabbat service from 12 to about 5 o'clock. We plan on wrapping the service up probably around 3, and then we're going to eat from 4 to 5 and just have fellowship and networking and just have people just talking and building, because we really want to highlight the fellowship amongst the brews in this time, because a lot of us, as this thing wind down, we're going to find ourselves in situations where we need each other. And so if I know that I'm going to need a tight network of people, what better chance for us to get together at this event to build that network and that type of people. Right. So on the first day of the week, hold on, I didn't get to finish on that Shabbat. That evening, after we get done doing the dinner, we're going to break, and then we're going to come back together at 9 p.m. at the Grand Ballroom at the Quality Hotel in Blue Ash. And we're going to have the Mind Culture Forever and the IREP Be a Witness concert, which is going to feature Beloved Dawi. It's going to feature me, Tassel Gang. It's going to feature Courtney Bell. It's going to feature Moshe Ben Yahuda. We're going to have Prince Dawi. It's going to be an amazing lineup of artists that's going to also come with the word, as well as the music, because I see what the Most High is doing with these musical artists. It's not just about the music. It's not just about us flexing on camera and talking a good game. The Most High is really using us to be lights to these young people, as far as just how to move and how to be a part of this world but not be in this world, or be in this world but not be a part of this world. So that's going to be happening on the Shabbat evening, that night. Once the sun go down, we are going to all come together. We're going to praise the Most High together. And then on the first day of the week, we are going to have the first official Midwest Brew-out Culture Fest fashion show. I mean, I'm so delighted to be a part of Yasharal right now. It was a little slow start as far as the registrations and everything, but the people of Yasharal have really turned it up in this last week, and I've had over 20 registrations in the last couple of days. So I'm grateful for that, because this event is going to be big. Come out in your finest Hebrew apparel, because we want to display and demonstrate the culture of Yasharal, for people who are not always able to be with people on the Shabbat or fellowship with people regularly, and for people who are just coming into it. We want them to just be able to come in and just see the full culture, the full manifestation of the kingdom on earth in one place. And so that's the whole idea behind the Culture Fest. We're going to have vendors lined up around the wall the whole night from 11 till 4 o'clock. We're going to have fashion show where we're going to have designers come. They're going to display some of their pieces. They're going to tell you how to be able to get in contact with them, websites and everything like that, because as we get closer to the Most High, and we shed off the ways of this world, we're gonna also shed off that old man, the way we move, the way we look, the way we eat. And so we're gonna have some nutritionists there. We're gonna have some natural hairstylists there that's gonna be doing hair on that day. We're gonna have some people that also do clothing. So we're just trying to be holistic with our approach to everything that we're doing. So that's pretty much the whole event in a nutshell. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be an event, a historic event.
All right. So my man Ty served there with the Midwest Brew-Out. Definitely make sure you get out there February 22nd. I'm going to definitely be out there. I know your hooker now, he in there in the comments. He going to be out there too. It's going to be.
Oh yeah, he hosting the open mic. He gonna be out there hosting the open mic with us. So
right.
And Rainbow Wear Clothing gonna be a part of the fashion show as well. So we excited. Big things coming. Yeah. Big things coming, Yasharal. Stay tuned. Make sure you can connect with us at www.israelnow.org. Israelnow.org. Because we not only do we got good music, we got sound doctrine. It's not a lot of sound doctrine going forth in the days. There's a lot of things that's creeping into the body unaware. Right. So we have music, we have sound doctrine, as well as we are putting on these events. We have a summer gathering coming up in Nashville with the South community coming up. Stay tuned for more information on that. I know you're going to have Ak Yosef come on, and he's going to talk about that. So we're doing these events because we really understand how vital this moment in history is, and we don't want Yasharala to miss out just sitting on the sidelines, just watching, just being a part of the Facebook interaction. Come out, meet your people, see your people, rub elbows, know those who you labor amongst.
Right. And that's the key. I mean, you don't have to go to every single event, but if you go to maybe one or two of these, the connections you're gonna make are important. Especially, I know, especially out there in the Midwest and stuff like that. There's a lot of brews out there. I get the messages in the comments and DMs and everything that they feel isolated. Well, right. You have to go to these events. I get a lot of people, hey, I'm single and every woman I meet is crazy, or every dude I meet is crazy. I can't find nobody in the truth. Well, go to a place where everybody in the truth
is the event. Absolutely. You know absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
So so definitely if you're in the region, you have no excuse. You know, I'm coming all the way from Florida. So
hallelujah.
I ain't making no excuses, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely gonna be a good event. Ty, did you have anything else you want to bring out?
No, man. I just wanted to just encourage the people, Yasharal, stay encouraged as we approach the final time, the final hour. This is not a reason or a time to be afraid, but this is a time for us to rejoice. This is a time for us to become more disciplined and more obedient, to shed off more of the ways of this world, because the way we've been living up until this point is getting ready to drastically change. So we need to start putting efforts and start being on purpose about accepting that change and being on the front end of that current trend.
Facts.
Hallelujah. That's it.
Well, Ty, sir, pleasure having you on. Like I said, I'm gonna have him on here every week and probably even more often on the days leading up to his event. So yeah, appreciate you coming on, man.
Hallelujah. Thanks for having me, Aki.
All right, shalom.
I'll listen to your power.
So yeah, so the Midwest Brew-Out, definitely make sure you get out there. Now, also coming up tomorrow at 1 p.m., my ox, the Berean Council, you see them on there, you know, they are based in Gainesville. They're going to be out there having their Shabbat gathering February 2nd, starting from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. I'm definitely heading down there to fellowship with those brothers. Definitely excited. Look forward to going down there and fellowshipping with them, bringing the family. Just a good bunch of brothers with a heavy understanding of that word. Every time they come on, I'm learning some heavy stuff. You know what I'm saying? and just the spirit that they bring that truth out with is definitely good. So if you're in the area, definitely go check them out. I'll be down there. I'm going to definitely go check them out. And tomorrow in the morning, I'm going to do my early morning Shabbat lesson. You know Michael Israel, Spiritual Combat. You know the way I do. I'm up early, so I try to do everything early. I try to, by 10 o'clock, I try to have all my important stuff done for the day. That's how I am. I get up 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. If I sleep in, I wake up at 5:30. You know what I'm saying? But but I'll be up early. And the title of my lesson tomorrow is Pacification of a Nation. Okay? We've been put to sleep, put into a peaceful state, and told don't fight and all this stuff like that. That's what my lesson going to be about tomorrow. I'm going to show it from all dimensions where we have been pacified as a nation. We have been rocked to sleep. But there's an awakening happening, and I'm going to bring out some heavy information, and I'm also going to bring out a very heavy announcement too. A good one, you know. So definitely tune in for that. That will be at 8 a.m. in the morning. I was trying to find, because that's going to be from 8 a.m. to 10. And then at 10, we start our men's prayer call and fellowship. I added fellowship on the end because last Shabbat, after we got done praying over everybody, the brothers remained on the line for another hour and a half, just having some good fellowship. So I'm calling it the prayer call and fellowship, headed up by the Spiritual Combat Mercenary Prayer Soldiers. You know what I'm saying? Special Forces. Got Ak Malachi. We got Yahawada, and of course the Ak, Daweed heading it up. You know what I'm saying? That is my dude right there. And then of course my man Yehukanan Yasha Allah, he's just a facilitator in this Hebrew community. He's like he's grease. He's the oil in the Hebrew community. So Yehukanan Yasha Allah will be up in there just helping facilitate things and keeping things going. Definitely an asset to have on my team, and one of the integral pieces in this Hebrew awakening. But anyway, so definitely tune in early in the morning for some of y'all, mid-morning for some of us, you know what I'm saying? But tune in to Spiritual Combat. It'll be on YouTube and Facebook. The title of my lesson is going to be Pacification of a Nation. What I'm going to be showing you is some key areas that we are not aware of where we're just being put to sleep and just being deceived into being docile. It's going to be a good lesson. As always, it's going to be stuff that, a lot of people aren't teaching on. It's just my little niche area where I'm teaching it, All praise to the Most High. Anyway, with that, I see my man Tony Maccabee Poe up in there. Shalom, good to see you in there. My man Robin Milligan. Mikael, the Gladiator Gabar. I see him up in there. Shalom, good to see y'all watching, man. That's Twid Ware. My man Twid. Hey, I'm getting ready to get the logos back up there again, man. Twid, I'm going to get you back up there. And I'm going to yank you on this show. You ain't going to run from me no more, man. I'm going to get you on there, Twid. Of course, my man Malachi Ben Israel. That, man, y'all got to come on a prayer call and hear this man, this Malachi Ben Israel pray. He had me ready to just run through a brick wall, man. He be coming with that spirit. Shout out to him. And of course, the big Ak, Ugo. Ugo. No joke, Ugo. I can't wait to, man, when y'all see the flyer come out where it says Ugo, on End Time Prophecy, make sure you tune in for that show because it's going to be heavy. I mean, that brother got a... He blew my mind with his End Time breakdown, man. That was heavy. And I've been begging him to come on the show, so he going to be coming on here soon. It's going to be tight. So, yeah. But anyway, with that said, y'all, I'm going to wrap it up. I am going to just relax and Shabbat it out for the rest of the evening. And appreciate all y'all tuning in. Appreciate the Ak coming on. I definitely, my main reason for bringing that Ak on is, I knew Fox did something slick. You know, I just know the way they are, and he confirmed it, man. So just know, man, if you ever get called for some type of public speech or something like that from any news network or any organization or whatever, you do what he did. He said he made sure he was prepared. You know, he's ready for anything. He knew they was going to do some side stuff on him. So anyway, with that said, man, appreciate y'all tuning in. Hope this show was edifying to you. And with that said, y'all, Shabbat Shalom.
It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. Put on camouflage. Eyes in the sky.
Oops. Shalom, y'all.